just ask you to define your role and tell us what you will bring to City?
Absolutely. You know, there's been much rhetoric, but our ownership group, we're all familiar with. My role is the executive chairman, and Alistair McIntosh is the chief executive of the club.
So what will you bring that's different then? I mean, I probably need spelling out.
Well, there's several things, but ideally, Manchester City is probably one of the greatest opportunities in football in the world today. The chairman has as a definitive goal of making Manchester City one of the world's great clubs. He's made that quite clear. His intentions are not only clear on the field, and you'll see some of those start to develop, they're also clear off the field. And our number one plan right now was to get the best coach that was available and move forward on that step. That's the primary part. My role is to start to develop the global aspect of the business and start to develop us as again, both on and off the field. It's a great club and we've got great opportunity. That's my job.
So just a final one for me, Mark. You mentioned about the Manchester United connection. You played for so many different clubs in the past. It's a new era for you. How enthused are you by what lays ahead?
I'm very excited. Obviously talking to Gary and the advisors and the plan that is in place to take the club forward. It's going to be exciting times. I'm extremely pleased and fortunate that I've been able to be given this opportunity to take the club forward. I think in the next three years of my contract, certainly I would expect us to be very successful.
You're not a person who does things by half measures, so when you say you're going to be successful and people mean you're going to reach the very top, you've been linked with United, Chelsea, top 4 clubs on the list. What makes this club so special for you in the Challenge?
Well, I think it's a chance to build the football club not only from a playing sense but from club sense as well, and obviously talking with Gary and the plans that he has for the club away from the field of play, that excites me because I think that will help to raise the profile of the club not only in this country but worldwide as well. And I just think it's a project that is going to be exciting for everybody who's involved in it. I'm extremely pleased that the opportunity at this stage in my managerial career has presented itself. I've got ambitions. I want to be the best I can be at what I do, but I needed the means to do that, and I think at City that I would be given those means.
It doesn't strike me as you've been sold a vision to get the club into Europe. It strikes me as you've been sold a vision to get the club right to the very top.
No, absolutely. I think the ambition of the club is to challenge at the top table of football, and not only in this country but in Europe as well. And obviously that is my aim. As a player, I was able to play in the top games and be involved in winning trophies, and as a manager that's part of the reason why I came here, because I want to have the chance and the resources to be able to compete at the top level.
Do you think it's realistic?
Absolutely. If we can get the right players in the right positions, I think it's more than realistic.
And how much, there's been a lot of talk about Joe, the player, which Harry made into it and that is on, but how much say are you going to have over the players that you buy? Because Ronaldinho talk's been before you.
Well, there's a lot of talk about who's coming to the club and what have you, but at the end of the day, I'm the manager of the football team. I have to obviously target players and recognise the weaknesses in the team and address those weaknesses by either making the players in possession of the shirt at that time better, to enable them to have the opportunity to keep the shirt. If not, then we address that and we bring better players in to fulfil that role. It's an ongoing thing. We're going to try and make the club as good and as strong as we possibly can, as quickly as we can, but it's a process obviously that we have to go through.
You've worked with some top players at Blackburn, some that you brought through. Would you hesitate to go back there if you thought that the players, if you thought that they were
players and targets and players that are available and players that you have the opportunity to bring to your club need to be looked at, obviously. I mean, at this moment in time we're very early in our tenure at this football club, so we've got a lot of things that we have to go through today, but certainly very quickly we'll be targeting players that we want to bring here.
Gary, you've obviously seen the speculation linking the club to Ronaldinho. Is there any truth in that speculation? Do you know if there are any plans to make any sort of approach?
That, as you said, that's well documented, as are the work with Joe. It's of no secret that the biggest challenge for us was waiting for this moment. We moved quickly, as you well know. We knew what we needed, we knew what we wanted, and really that part is down to Mark. There's no doubt we have people working on those projects, and we're not in a position to say anything at this point. But more importantly than that is, unless the manager decides that's what he needs to take this club forward for the better of Manchester City Football Club, then we wouldn't do that without his work. And as he said, we're 12 hours into this, and so now we'll start to work on that.
Mark, so I can't ask you whether you would be interested in signing Ronaldinho. It's not a silly question.
I'm always interested in outstanding football talent. He obviously comes into that bracket. If those players are available, then we have the means to bring them to the club, then we always look at those situations.
Mark, there's been a lot of talk about projects from both you, from Gary and from Sven before you as well. How important is that you have the patience, that the fans and the chairman has the patience to give you that time to complete that project?
Well, I think if you look at all the successful clubs in the Premier League, invariably they have a base of continuity that enables them to keep evolving, keep on progressing as football clubs. We need that at City, in fairness. We haven't had that in recent times. We need continuity, a passage of time that enables us to get the job done, to build the club, to make sure that we have strong foundations that enables us to be successful in the future.
And does the same go for the fans, or Gary? Gary?
Well, I was just going to add to that. I mean, this man emulates hard work, passion and commitment, three terms that you'll hear us use a lot, and that's the root of the culture of a great football club. You'll find most of the great football clubs have that. Mark brings that. It's a time for us to instill that, not only on the field again, but also off the field. So you'll hear us talk more about that, but that's really the root of it all.
I was going to ask about the fans. I mean, obviously the United connection is a small part of everything, but if there are any doubters in the fans, do you think they need to show patience with you as well?
Well, at the end of the day, fans of any football club will voice an opinion if you're not successful, if the team isn't performing or the team isn't getting positive results, then you're open to criticism. But I would like to say that if people know how I work and how my teams are set out and the effort that they put into obviously attaining positive results, I have no doubt that any dissenting voices will be changed very quickly. It's my aim to be successful here, and we all go forward together, and that includes the fans, of course.
Do you leave Blackburn with any regret?
No, I don't leave Blackburn with any regrets. I was very proud of what I achieved there. I arrived 4 years ago. We were second bottom of the Premier League, and in great danger of going out of the league. It was a huge effort by everybody to turn the club around, to enable it to be successful in the top half of the Premier League. We were able to get to 3 semi-finals, into Europe as well, top 6 finishes. So the amount of work that we had to put into to achieve those goals was immense, and the amount of effort that we put in there will be exactly the same as what we will put into this job.
In the way that was a stepping stone to here, could this job be a stepping stone to the one at Old Trafford?
If I'm successful here, I don't need any stepping stones. It's all set up here. If we can get this place going and moving in the right direction, and as I said, being at the top end of the Premier League and competing for places in Europe, then I don't need any more stepping stones.
Okay, ladies and gents, thanks very much. We're going to go outside now and do some more photographs down on the wall.
Thanks, guys.
Sunday's briefing will be
Wonderfully polished performance from Mark Hughes. Highly intelligent, highly articulate, but I can imagine it very frightening if you happen to be one of his players and you're in the bad book, says Mark Hughes. He said it's been a very quick appointment. He also had some words to say about Blackburn, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was interesting. Had no regrets about leaving Blackburn. He said he's not worried about the turnover of managers in the game, and the